eWebTutor JavaScript project. So we have under the JavaScript, we have a lot of scripts, as in we have different type of JavaScript that we've already designed that we believe you can use it to foster your knowledge. What I'm trying to say in essence is that under the JavaScript scripts, we have 3 different scripts that we have written on JavaScript that I believe if you practice it, the source code is already there for you, then you'll be able to understand what we did and how we arrive at the results. So what I was trying to say in essence is that in the JavaScript we have 3 already made JavaScript code that you can use. But in case maybe you want to do something and that thing you want to do is not included in these 3 scripts, then you can search Google. Let's say for example now you need a JavaScript that prints dates. All you need to do is just search on Google, search JavaScript dates. Just search JavaScript dates. Automatically in your searching you are going to see a lot of JavaScript dates. So you can open any one of the resource that you see online. Once you use resources, so you can see this is an example of a JavaScript date. So right now this example now all it does is once you run this code in your Java, I believe you understand how to run a JavaScript code. Once you run this code now, automatically you are going to see something like a date. You are going to see a date. So to use JavaScript in displaying dates, then this is the code that you can use. So JavaScript can do a lot of things. All you need to do is, if you don't know whatever you want to do, maybe whatever you need, all you need to do is you can search Mr. Google, and Mr. Google is going to tell you exactly what you are looking for. So but right now all we want to do right now is we want to just talk about the 3 JavaScripts, the 3 scripts that we included here. So all we need to do is, before we test run each of these scripts now, we need to get it to the server. You need to get it to your server because it's from your server that you are going to run it. But note, each of these scripts is inside a zip file. So is either you first extract it and upload whatever files that you have, upload to your server. That's the first way. But since we have 2 type of, okay, let's log into our FTP first. This is my FTP. So this is my FTP. You will discover that there are 2 type of upload here. There is upload and there is unzip and upload. So instead of me to say at first I want to unzip this directly, maybe from my system or my devices, and later upload to the server, I can either choose, I can just choose on unzip and upload. So this time around, this unzip and upload, I will just choose the zip file that I want to unzip and upload. So the server will be the one to unzip it and it will upload the content that is inside the zip folder. So there are 2 methods in which you can use. The first method is you can unzip this thing yourself, and whatever file that you have, you upload it here, or you allow the server itself to unzip it for you and upload it. So I'm going to choose this. So I'll click on browse. Then I'm going to go to where my JavaScript is. So under the scripting, so I'm going to click here. You can see under the JavaScript, but note inside this JavaScript, how many scripts do we have? We have 3 scripts. So automatically it's going to unzip all these 3 scripts for me. So I'll just click go. So it has unzipped them, so I can return back. Can you see these are the 3 scripts? So but note one thing, the contents of each this JavaScript script is also a zip that has these 3 files inside it, and these 3 files also is a zip, and I can't run a zip directly on the server. It's not possible. You can see anime.zip, dates.zip, and text.zip. So whenever you unzip a particular thing, just note that the content of that particular thing is what is going to go to your server when you unzip and upload. That means whenever you use unzip and upload, the content of that zip will be what will be uploaded to your server. Right now, the content of this zip JavaScript script, the content of this script is what? Is 3 zip file, and those 3 file, this 3 zip file is what you have here. So if I were you, what I will do is this: I will first unzip this, I will extract it. So after I extract it, can you see it's now inside the folder? So this folder now, I can now unzip all this one by one. So right now is this one. By the time I open this script now, if I click on animate for the first time, it will unzip animate. Then I'll click on date, it will unzip the date. I'll click on test, it's going to unzip the test. So let's do that. Let's click on off. So I'll click on browse. Can you see this is the JavaScript script that I unzip? So I'll first choose animate. I'll click. So by the time you go to your www directory, you'll have seen animate.html. Can you see? Because under our animate, can you see the only file that is the file that is here is what? Is animate.html. So if I want to run this now, all I need to do is I'll go to my site. Then what's the name of the file? The name of the file I want to run is animate.html. Animate.html. Can you see? So this is my JavaScript now. So let's go to the source code and see what happened and try to look at what happened. So let's go to the source code, animate.html. Look at what happened. I believe during the course of JavaScript, I talk about something we call set timeouts. Set timeout is you are trying to set time that a particular thing, a particular function, or a particular object, or a particular task is going to be done. I believe when you go through the JavaScript, before you get to the project, there is a place in the JavaScript tutorial that we talk about the set timeout. You can just refer back to it if you forgot. But right now, I use the set timeout function. I've already explained that in JavaScript code. In the Java, just from the how will I put it? From the JavaScript introduction 1 to this JavaScript form and foundation, between this tutorial, you should be able to see where I use the set timeout function. But right now, we are just going to limit ourselves to this because I believe I've already explained the set timeout function. So right now, what I did is this: once you load on animate.html, look at what will happen. I say set timeout. I now say the document. Whenever you see document in JavaScript, note that it's talking about this page that you are presently. Document now is what? Is talking about animate.html. Is your document at this particular instance. So the name of the page is what referred to as the doc. Whenever you see them using documents, it means the name of the page. So whenever in JavaScript, whenever you see something, whenever they use document, know that they are trying to talk about what? That page that you are presently. So at that particular instant, this particular instant, the name of our page is what? Animate.html. So they now say set timeout. They use the function set timeout. They say document dot background color. Let's say the background color for this document. Let's say the background color for the page animate.html, that you should set it to what? White. So at the first instance, the background color will be of this particular page, because document means this page, dot the background color of this page should be set to what? White. At how many seconds? When you see this 1000 means what? 1 seconds. So at the first seconds, when you load this page, you are going to see color white as the background. So in another 15 seconds, you are going to see light pink. 20 seconds, you are going to see pink. 25 seconds, you are going to see deep pink. 30 seconds, you are going to see red. 35 seconds, you are going to see tomato. And at 40 seconds, you will see dark red. And that is why you are saying that at the end of these 40 seconds now, the only thing you will see is what? Is dark red, because that's the last color. So right now, can you see? Dark red. So this simple script that you are seeing here, you may believe that this thing is so simple. But mind you, you will discover that there are some sites that whenever you visit them, depending on whatever you are clicking or whatever you are doing, you will discover that the background of that site continue changing. You'll not be wondering that why is this background color, why is this continue changing? Sometimes it will change to red, sometimes to purple, sometimes to black. You not be worried that how is it that the background of this page keep on changing. So it's because they set timeout for it. So right now, anytime I refresh this page, you are going to see different color. The first one is white, the second one is this, the third one is this. So depending on the seconds that you set it here, you set here. But just note, whenever you use set timeout, whatever you put inside it, really now you make use of the set timeout. So we said in this timeout, what you will do is what, the name of the page dot, you will set the background color to be white at the first seconds. So you will do the same thing when it is 15 seconds. So that is the animate.html. So right now I believe you already know how. So you can modify this code to suit whatever. If you like, you may add other properties. This is ordinary BG color. You can add different properties that you like. Instead of BG color, you can say okay, BG, you can use background image. So instead of saying BG color, you can use background image. So that means you are going to give it a image link where the image is. So every time that you set here, automatically it's going to be loading a image. So instead of loading color, it's not the image that will be loading. I believe in HTML you know about that, so that is not the problem. So now let's go to our script 2. So this time around we are going to do the dates. So let's see what happened. Let's unzip and upload again. So because what happened is this JavaScript that we see is a zip file. So if I click here, is the content of this zip file that is going to populate, and I will still have zip, because inside this zip file there are zip. Inside this zip file there are zip. Inside this zip file there are zip. So I'm still going to have, what I will still have is what is zip that I'm still going to have there. So that is why I unzip this, so that I'm going to have a folder JavaScript script. So inside it, then I can have my 3D script. So right now, what we want to use right now is the date. So I will just double click on it, date, then I will click on OK. So right now the date has also been uploaded. The date has been uploaded, date.html. So I can run that also. So I can run that also. So let me run date.html. Can you see? Today date is August 17 and 114. It's because of what I set in the date. Let's go to our date. Date.html. Look at the code. I said today equals to the new date. So that means today is equals to what? Is equals to new date. And I said today equals to new date. So today is my date, my read date. I believe I've already explained to you in the course of JavaScript about the date function, the function we use here, the date. So whenever you say something equals to what, the new date, then that thing represents your present date and time. So right now we now say today day is equals to today, which contain the whole date, dot, you should just get ordinary day. So right now, if when you say today equals to new date, let's say the date equals to 11, the normal date, let's say is equals to 11/07/2014. So let's say the normal date contain this, because you have said today equals to new date. So that means today, let's say it's contain, this is the normal date for today. So right now when I say today day equals to today dot get date. So what happened is that here now, what will be the get today dot get date? It will now be your day, which is what, 11. Here now you say today month. What will be the month in your date? In the date that we use as an example, if the date, the real date is 11/07/2014, then that means today equals to this. So if you now say today month equals to today dot get month, what will be the today dot get month? It will be 07. And today year will now be what? This one will be 2014. So that's what we are trying to explain here. So we now say if today more, let's say today month is equals to 0. Let's say if today month equals to 0, then today month is equals to January. Else if today month equals to 1. So what we are trying to say is that, like right now in this example now, today month equals to what? Today dot get month equals to what? 07. So that means we are expecting August. That means today month is what? August. Because we have already said that if it's 1, 2, because dates can always be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is why we first use it to get the value in integer. So after we use it we get the value of today month in integer, then we now transfer that integer value to what? To string like this. So our 0 represents January, our 1 represents February, and to stop at 11, our 11 represents December. So we now said else if today month is equals to today more, then you should write this out. And the results that we have here is this. So the date is what? August 17, 114. So August, today month will be August, because our today month is what? Is 7 August. Then I've taught you catenation in JavaScript. This catenation, to bring two things, to join two string or two objects, to join them together. You make use of that catenation. Today date, then the day, today date, the date that you have here, comma, then to the today year is the year you have there. So it's just as simple as that. So example 3, the last JavaScript, so which is the text. So let's see what with this we do. So it's text.html, text.html. Can you see? So let's run the code and see what we have. Text.html. So my name is Olaide, my age is 49, my occupation is student. Submit. Submit. Olaide. So sets. So let's see what it does. Why is it text.html? So it's just an example of a form, and what we did is what we use the same set timeout function here. And what does it do? We set timeout. Document is talking about your page. Dot f1 represents form, your form name. Dot ta1 represents a field inside that form, which is this field. Dot value, that is whatever the person enter in this field. If whatever the person enter in this field is equals to answer soon, if the value equals to answer soon, then what will happen? Then is going to set them out. That's 1000. So what we are trying to do is this. Let's refresh this page. Can you see? Answer soon, answer soon, answer soon, answer soon, answer soon. What happened? At this first field, we said that whenever they launch this page, what we asked, we said okay that you should set timeouts at 1 second. You should set the feed time 1. You should set it to answer soon. That's why you see that in this first field is TA1, this second field is TA2, this third field is TA3, TA4, TA5, TA6. That's why you have up to TA6. Can you see? So we ask it to set answer soon to every one of them. So in the time we have designated, So that's what the code does. So immediately you run this code now, automatically you are going to see answer soon, answer soon, answer soon, answer soon, answer soon in a particular time that is already designated. And how does it happen? I have told you that anything document, I've told you is talking about this page. Dot, this F1 that you see that is a form name, is a form that you have, a name, a form name that you have. Can you see? This is a form name, F1. So document dot F1 means a form. Dot anything after this, the form name, anything after the form name will be a text feed or a select of anything. It may be an object. It just be an object inside our form. So right now we said document dot F1 represent our form. So inside our form dot TA1. What is TA1? A text feed inside our form. Dot the value. That is, it should set the value of this text feed TA1. It should set the value of this text feed TA1. It should set it to what? Answer soon. In how many seconds? In 1 second. So what we're trying to say is that in 1 second that the page load, the 4 seconds that the page load, sets the value of this particular text feed TA1, set it to answer soon. The same thing happens. Set the 16 seconds that the page load, set the text feed TA2, set it to what? Answer soon. So like that, up to the text feed TA6. So at this text feed TA6, set it to answer soon in 4 seconds. So after you now set it to in 4 seconds, so the text feed TA6 in 43 seconds, now set it to what? Set it to empty. That's why you discover that after the answer soon in text feed TA6, you discover that it will just be it will just have another empty value, because they set it in the first 40 seconds. It should first be set to answer soon, and in this the 43 seconds it should be set to what? Empty. So that's why you discover that there is nothing inside it. So once I load this page now, automatically I will see answer soon, answer soon, answer soon. You can change it depending on whatever you want to be displaying here. You can change it to anything that you wishes. So that's on this. So but just know one thing, we only use these 3. There are a lot of things that JavaScript can do, but we only use these 3 as an explanation for you. So in case you want to learn more about JavaScript, or you want to know more about what you can use JavaScript to do, so you can just Google anything. So whatever you know that it is, whatever you know that happens in a particular website that you know, all you need to do is search Google, and Google will be able to tell you the code. So with the knowledge that you have here, with the knowledge of the set timeout, with other functions that we discuss about in JavaScript, with that knowledge, whenever you see any JavaScript code, you should be able to interpret it. You can, the thing is, in programming, you can you can't know everything. That's the truth. You cannot know everything. But what just happened is, what you just need to know is that the ability for you to see a code, and for you to be able to understand that code, and for you to be able to interpret that code, that is the ability that we are trying to put into you in eWeb Tutor. We are trying to create you in such a way that whenever you see a code, it will be very, very easy for you to interpret. I don't have to be the best programmer in the world. I don't have to be the one that writes all the code in the world. But I have this ability that whenever I see any code, be it JavaScript, be it HTML, be MySQL, whenever I see it, even if I'm not the one that writes it, even without comment in that code, you discover that this code that you are seeing now, there is no comment inside it. But it's easy for me to interpret it, because there is no way I will have come across something that they make use of it. So I will just be interpreting it as if I'm hitting, because it will be very, very easy for me to be interpreting it. And when I interpret code, then I will be able to understand that code. And when I understand that code, I can be able to edit that code and modify it to suit whatever I want to do. So even if you search Google and you are looking for a particular code on a particular topic, and you search, and at the end of the day, the code you got in Google, it's somehow similar to what you want. All you need to do is be able to read the code, understand the code, and modify it to suit whatever purpose that you want to use the code for. Just as simple as that. So before you know it, you have been the best programmer that the world will ever know. So thank you for being there. Have a wonderful day. Bye.